The untold economic damage to the country is still yet to be seen in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma. As Carla Palmer tells us tonight, the local fishing industry, which reels in millions of dollars annually in exports, is among those sectors reportedly taking a major blow.
According to the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Renwood Wells, $80 million is the Bahamas' annual catch and imports of seafood, mainly crawfish, that's exported on the international market. But this dollar amount may not be realized this year, he infers, as Hurricane Irma, during her passage through the Bahamas, destroyed many of the crawfish traps in its wake.
Condos were turned up, and so the fishermen who had all of their traps and condos in the southern part of the Bahamas have lost a lot of them, and the effect on the fishing industry is that we will possibly see a downturn in the amount of exports that we export out of the country.
Minister Wells refrained from speculating the cost of the anticipated loss ahead of an economic impact assessment that he says is now underway.
This fishing period, August to November, is where the fisherman makes the vast majority of their monies. The grouper season is typically closed from December to February. What we are looking at doing is, in conjunction with the NGOs here in the Bahamas, we've entered a discussion with a number of the NGOs. We're looking to perhaps shorten the period for the closed season for grouper to allow the fishermen at least to be able to fish grouper in December. That decision has not yet been taken, but it is something that we're thinking about to ease the burden on the fishing community, on the fishermen, to allow them to be able to recoup some of the losses that they would have incurred.
Not only has the fishing industry been hit hard by Hurricane Irma, but the farming sector as well. According to Minister Wells, farmers are still reeling from the effects of Hurricane Matthew.
Irma did not hit the central and northern Bahamas, so we don't have the issues that we would have had with Matthew. There was a whole lot of saltwater intrusion into the farms, into the ground, on the farms in the southern part of New Providence, in Andros, in Grand Bahama, throughout the country really. And Irma has done the exact same thing in places like Maguana and Inagua, Ragged Island, and with saltwater intrusion, with the buildup in salt in the soil, you can't really grow. So many of our farmers are faced with that, and the government is looking at ways we can help to mitigate both the losses that has taken place within the farming and the fishing communities.
Minister Wells says he's hoping that those farmers unaffected by Hurricanes Matthew and Irma in places like Abaco, Eleuthera and Cat Island increase their production to offset the losses being experienced. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.